Stephen Threlfall. I'm the proprietor of Trelly's Tackle World in Shepperton, and as Tackle World we're part of one of the largest retail groups in tackle in Australia. So, and we're looking for people with user-friendly qualities with the public. So, and another thing too is once we made contact as an employee, you just don't want to make things too hard and tie things up in red tape. So basically I said, well, if you can work out the logistics as far as paperwork, wages, subsidies, what I'm going to actually at a bottom line at the end of the day, what we're going to get out of this. They did it all for me, so it was just made easy. So, and that's what we want to hear as far as the employees' perspective on doing these things. You don't want to complicate it; gets too hard. So, making things easy, which CVGT did, it just makes things easy. Last thing we want to do is to tie ourselves up with paperwork. Which bit do we fill in? Do I put my name there? And all this type of thing. So. Pretty much at the start of the negotiation, I just ask it to be simple and make it easy, and that's what's happened. So, and it just means that the person that you're trying to help out and get back into the workforce just has to turn up. Everything else is done. You can get on with your job and work on these people and get them meaningfully employed again without all the logistics that goes on in the background, which is really great. Because they came in and they said, "Oh, look, we're from," and I didn't even recognise the name, for employment agency, and we've got some people who are with some disabilities in some certain manners or forms, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, what's this guy? He's got no legs or no arms, or has he been hit by a car and whatever?" So all these scenarios run through your head. So then one of the particular chaps that came to me was a reformed alcoholic, and I thought, yeah, I could probably relate to that. so I said, "Look, I'll meet the guy." So actually they brought the chap along to the shop, and look, he had a nice user-friendly face, and had a chat to him for a while. He was very switched on. He was easy to talk to. He was good with people. His people skills were very good in his own little shy way, and I thought, I reckon this is going to work. So that's how we sort of sparked up the first sort of relationship with him on a very low level of communication, and we went from there. So yeah, I had a few different pictures in my head as far as disabilities go, but yeah, pleasantly surprised as far as some of the people who are involved and the people behind the scenes was yeah, good. Probably a little scared to actually go and put their neck on the line as far as employing some people. One of the guys that we've actually been through the system with us had a bad back. So, the alarm bells go off and things like that as far as employing people, and you think the easiest way out is to say no. Probably the hard way out is to probably put someone and give them a go and give them duties that don't relate to heavy lifting and things like that, which, in our circumstance, in our shop, there's a lot of things that can be done without lifting things. So that worked out quite well, and the guy has completed a couple of certificates. So as far as an employer looking to put someone on, there's certain gaps there that certainly can be filled with people out there who are classed as disability, which I probably beg to differ that they probably should be classed as that in some circumstances. Yeah, this particular chap who manages my site in the fishing tackle in my store was basically housed in one of the government housing schemes. He didn't have particularly any money to his name. He started off on a very basic hours to get him into the system and getting comfortable. Like I say before, he grew as an employee dropped off. He grew and took on more and more roles within his duties, and now he's, like I say, he's the manager of my fishing tackle side, and I've seen the person grow. He's got more self-esteem. He's got more confidence in himself. He can now go and negotiate deals as far as in my buying section, and conducts himself very, very well. So yeah, and you feel you feel pretty proud about that. That someone, you know, you can actually take from certainly a situation that was very, very bad, and with his commitment and giving him some confidence back, has been a real success story. Yeah, I think it was when I got the last payment on the car, which I bought for him actually. So he had no money, he didn't even have a car, and I had the real confidence in this chap, so he had to get himself around, so I bought him a car. So he was travelling around in that, and look, it wasn't a particularly expensive car, but it was in good nick, and he made the conscious effort to pay that off as quickly as he could, and I think he was just as stoked to actually get something back that he owned, and it gave me the confidence that he could actually pay something back and get him back on track, so yeah, it was good. Where human nature, trust, all that type of thing sort of comes back to you, and then you realise that there is a lot of good people out there, and you know, as far as their circumstances in life and where they take them, they can certainly turn themselves around given the right circumstances. So yeah, look, it's the overall thing's been a really good experience. Yeah, very happy with it.